Hi, I want to explain the regenerative framework at the heart of Empowered Vote. We seek to empower those looking for shared solutions. Everything else stems from that one collective aim. If at the end of the day you're hoping to find a solution that you believe everyone would want, then Empowered Vote's guiding purpose is to amplify you. Doesn't matter to us if you think of yourself as a liberal or a conservative. We don't care how much money you have. We don't care what religion you follow nor the color of your skin. To us, it only matters that you're targeting solutions that you believe everyone else would embrace if we could each see the situation with the same clarity. Now, at first glance, this target may appear idealistic, since each person can ultimately decide for themselves if they share in a solution, and since each person is also capable of lying, building a foundation upon shared solutions may seem impractical. The type of thing that looks good on a bumper sticker, but unless the plan is to have everyone walk around with little lie detector caps on, how would any of us ever be able to know for certain the truth in someone else's heart? How could we know whether another person is really chasing a shared solution or not? And answering that is my focus today. Because something happens when we are sincerely seeking shared solutions. Behaviors occur that can be objectively identified, quantified, and then used to create powerful guardrails that protect our discussions. I want to show you how this works. We start with the search for shared solutions, and then I'll explain three identifiers. As value-driven designs go, they're each simple enough for anyone to understand. These identifiers allow each of us to use an objective set of filters to see what is in another person's heart when it comes to whether or not they are sincerely searching for shared solutions. Our first identifier. If someone is searching for a shared solution, they will always want to share your facts. They will never need to lie to you in order to get you to reach their solution because at that point, you wouldn't really be sharing it. That doesn't mean that they will always see the same facts, but when they don't, it'll bother them. They'll want to get to the root of the misunderstanding because how could anyone share a solution if they don't agree on what the problem is? If a person is looking for shared solutions, they'll want to find shareable facts. And because of the longevity of value-driven designs, this identifier is just as true today as it was 1,000 years ago, and it will remain true for another million years for the exact same reasons. No one will ever lie to reach a shared solution. And when we build our guardrails upon a foundation that will last beyond the memory of us, then the solutions that get built from within those constraints go on to last for a very long time. At Empowered Vote, we spend a lot of time searching for healthy ways to collectively share and trust the same set of facts. We gamify knowledge acquisition using techniques seen in video games to help us all see the same problems. And then we take a strenuous look at evidence and attach accountability to our contributors, remembering the origins of information that later proves to be untrue. So the first way to spot if someone is sincerely looking for shared solutions is to check if they're looking for shared facts. Second identifier. If someone is seeking a shared solution, they will always search for shared values. You can't trick or manipulate people into sharing your solution because from the exact moment of deception on, that person wouldn't really be sharing in your outcome. This also means that a person will never need to weaponize logical fallacies or exploit your cognitive vulnerabilities in order to earn your support. And this gives us a second tell that we can collectively build off of. Because to an untrained eye, logical fallacies are extremely compelling and extraordinarily effective. But when you begin to train your eye, you develop a form of cognitive armor that makes you resistant to these types of attacks. At Empowered Vote, we create games that make it easier for anyone to spot logical fallacies in real time. When more of us are able to recognize when these manipulative techniques are in play, then we develop a form of herd immunity, and these exploitative practices become much less effective. We also create tools that highlight to everyone the thought leaders among us that rely upon these various manipulations, poisoning productive conversations in order to achieve their ends. So our second reliable way to see if someone is looking for shared solutions is to see if they are searching for shared values. And our third identifier. If someone is searching for a shared solution and the problem they're working on gets resolved in their favor, they'll still wish to keep iterating transparently until they are certain the solution is shared by all. But a person not looking for shared solutions will have no desire to iterate once they land on their preferred outcome, and then will only be willing to collaborate in bad faith, avoiding transparency. It's the avoidance of transparency that gives us our third tell. If a person is working towards your ends, they will seek to be transparent in their efforts. So at Empowered Vote, we've created tools to make it easier for citizens to see their elected representatives transparently, not simply by their claims, but by their actions. We compile a list of their publicly available policy solutions, presenting them in a digestible way. We highlight the bills and amendments that they propose beside the list of donors that funnel money into their campaign. So the third way you can tell if someone is seeking a shared solution is to see if they wish to iterate transparently. And that gives us three ways to know if someone is working towards our interests and who is not. They'll seek shared facts, they'll seek shared values, and they'll seek to iterate transparently. Now that we can collectively see when someone is searching for shared solutions, we can put that regenerative framework at the heart of Empowered Vote and create civic solutions that will work for all of us and that will last forever. Thanks.